All right, good morning, folks. Well, oh no, with wrong screen. It popped up with the results. We gotta roll dice first before we get to see the results, right? Let's let me hide that. There we go. Let's get a result for today. We have 138, I think, in the rack, right? Is that right? No, I have more than that. I have 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 183 in the rack, right? That's what we have from last time, 183. I think that's right. Let me check. That doesn't seem right. Let me double check. Go back to the, I don't want to screw this up, so hold on. Let me go back to the totals here. We have, let's see, we have 183 from last time, right? So 183, here we go. YOLO at 183. What are we going to do? Well, for sure, I'm going to start at 160 across. Make sure that we have a good spread here, right? And then with the extra that I've got up here, let's go ahead and grab the 6 and the 8. I'll make the 8 look, or the 6 looks like 42. I'll make the 8 look like 36, and we'll put the other 5 on the 5, and we'll just call it like that. We'll just spread it out the best that we can here. And again, using all the money that we have, and here we go. Our YOLO for Monday, please, Lord. Let's hit another number here. Here we go. One roll. Come on, Johnny. Do your thing, baby. 639, of course. Not the one we had pressed up, but we'll take the $35 win. $35. That is freaking awesome. What do we have left in the bank now? How does our YOLO look for tomorrow? Look at me go. I'm going to color the reds up too, just because I'd like to. Another quarter. All right, there's 18. We have $218 coming into tomorrow. So the YOLO is getting special. Now the numbers start making some good sense. So that's great. That is great. Let's go back to that. Let's go back there and we'll type that total in for today. Give me a chance to open that up. The YOLO screen, we're going to do, let's see, today is 5/22/2023. We had 183 in money. We rolled a 9. We won $35. And if I copy this to here, that should be our new total, 218. Look at us go. Gotta love it, guys. All right, here we go. Let's get back to the regular behind that screen. Back to our regularly scheduled programming, and good morning. Let's turn that big old light off, and hey, good to see y'all. Wow, so this is gonna be kind of a quickish show because I do have to get to the doctor. As you know, life happens amidst TV shows. But let's talk about a couple of things. One is gonna be the I don't. I want to get right into it because this is gonna be a controversial one. I can already tell based on lots of things why this one's going to be a little bit on the weird side for a lot of people. But let's take a look at where we are, okay? For 1-0, I got it in 5 rolls, right? Or 7 rolls, whatever the hell it was, because I rolled a come out 3. And I think for me, and the reason why I called it the I don't is if I can, have some influence here, we're going to be okay with it. Okay, what you expect to see and what I actually do are two different things. Okay, you expect to see about 14 or 16.67% of your come out rolls should be 7s. For me, it's about 14.2%. I'm less than I should on come out 7s, right? So that makes me feel a little safer. I throw about 5 or 6% more horns than the average person does, than the random shooter does. Therefore, I'm going to get more, I think, of the ace deuce and the ace wins, right? The way that I throw, that starts to become less of a nightmare for me. It still sucks to lose on the come out, but over time, it should be less of a nightmare for me. Now, I went and broke down all my rolls. Well, today I did, right? I did exactly what I said I was going to do today, right? I was one come out 7 more than I should have been, right? If we had rolled longer, out of 10 come out sequences, I expect to see 1.5 7s. We saw 2. Instead of 1.5 today. So we're a little tiny bit over. But here's what over the course of all the rolls that I've tracked. Okay, here's my numbers. Okay. I don't know if you can see this or not. If I move this over, hold on a second. Can you see? It's kind of hard. Let me see if I can't find you. Well, let's try this. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm seeing here, but let me try it anyway. Let me do this. If I slide that over, you can't see it. Shoot. Okay. It's a weird hidden window thing on my computer. No big deal. I'll read it to you. Over the course of the almost 5,000 rolls that I've tracked of my practice throws, my come out losers sevens and 11s combined, 269 of them, right? At $500, that cost me $134,000, right? Come out winners, 149, which wins me $75,000. So you're having your little even split there, but I set 833 points, which at $100 a point on average is 83K. The net effect of that is $23,000 to the good, an average of $281 per day, right? About $27 per shooter profit is my average doing this, okay? And that's what you're seeing here. The normal person on the come out, right, is going to lose 22.5% of the time. I'm losing about 21% of the time on the come out. I'm winning 13% of the time on the come out with my horn numbers. I'm getting so many more ones or aces and ace deuces that percentage wise, right, I'm $4,000 down on the come outs, but I'm winning more than I should, right? And it ends up evening out to where I'm up over. I'll give you a better set of numbers tomorrow. I'll actually work a spreadsheet out so you can see the way that works out for me and why I think this is a targeted strategy. This is an interesting one, I think, because it seems like it's insane to bet $500 to win 100 or $500 to win 60. But over time, this is one of the few strategies where I think over time, if you have an advantage or you have some, whatever you want to call it, advantage is the wrong word, but if you have some little edge on beating the 7 enough to make it make sense, I think this one is actually got some teeth to it that are different kind of teeth than just, my strategy is whatever. I think this one has something to it. So I'm going to work this afternoon on a little chart that'll show you historically what I've done and where this thing can go for me. And I'll give you a chance to kind of see why I think this is making sense. And again, I've been working on it for a year, right? Since before Christmas last year, I had this crazy notion of like, if I can really beat the 7 on those come outs and I'm willing to bet $1,000 on the don't, I can lock up $200 every time I set a point and not have to stress about it, right? John Patrick did the same strategy in, many, many years. It's in his books, but they're doing, $10 don't passes and $6 bets are making $2, right? I'm trying to make hundreds, not 2. So I think it's got some teeth. I'm gonna play with it a little bit. I'm gonna play around with this thing a little bit, and we'll see what we can do over the course of the week if it really does make sense. Tomorrow I'll give you a nice little chart, and we'll take a look at it. All right, there's my preview of the D I don't. Now let's get rolling through here with the rest of the show. The next thing I want to talk about is all of this stuff here. So we've got Friday night fights coming up this week. New King of the Mountain, Colonel Potter, unseated Glenn, who unseated Corey, and now it's going to be Potter versus Nemo this Friday. I don't know who's dealing. Again, it's early in the week. I have no idea what the schedules look like. I think this weekend, what's the date? This weekend is the 27th. Yeah, next weekend I can't deal. This weekend I'm available. My daughter graduates high school next weekend, so I won't be able to deal. But this weekend I think I'm there, so we'll figure that out. A quick little reminder here. Ed Robinson last night on Craps Chat, which if you missed Craps Chat, how dare you? It was great, another great show. Ed's a treasure. I love Ed. Ed he announced the new series that he's got, Tales from the Table, which is going to be great. He's interviewing all these old coots, which is awesome. All like the Golden Touch guys and the Axis Craps guys and all these guys that were like, and women that were out there in the very beginning of the quote unquote dice influence era that started playing craps teams and doing the thing and running the schools. And they have got a load of stories. So I think Ed is a great storyteller. He's just got that great vibe about him. And I think he's the perfect guy to do this. And so he's gonna bring their stories out for us. And I have a prediction to make about this series. I'll hold on to that prediction, but I think it's going to be so good. I can't even wait. They were not snake oil salesmen. Come on, Victor, be a little better than that. They weren't snake oil salesmen. These guys, before they started, the Golden Touch company or whatever, they were out there working. They were working the tables. They were doing their thing. They practiced together as a group. They did their thing, like under the radar, sight unseen before the internet, right? Trust me, I think the stories are going to be great. I think not even the dice control stories, just the stories that these old guys have to tell, right? We've all got great stories from our time at the table. They're going to have more, right? Really, really good story. I can't wait to hear the stories. I love storytelling. I think that the legend of gamblers in the old days, it's just to me, it's fascinating. So I'm going to nerd out. I cannot wait for it. So there it is. Can we go a day before Friday night? Oh, you're going to be going on the road on Friday. That would be up to Potter. Let's talk to Colonel Potter. If he can do Thursday, we can film it Thursday and we can air it Friday. So it'll air in its regular spot. We can film it Thursday. Let me check with him and see if he's okay. All right. Excuse me. What else? I got to remind you of the events. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't do this. The events that I'm going to be at DiceCon in about a month in Vegas. I'm hoping to meet up with some people in person finally. Dr. S for one. I haven't talked to him about this, but I'm going to try and meet him in person if I can. I'm going to try and hang out with King Dice a little bit, get some pizza from King Dice, maybe interview him a little bit. I'm looking forward to DiceCon. It's going to be fun. If you can find the time, September 13th to 15th here in Seattle, come to my house. We can play in my garage. We'll do a little live action from John's house. We can have barbecue pizza. We're going to go to our favorite casinos around here who have agreed to give us some private tables, $5 and $10 tables. So where are you going to get that? It's worth the plane ticket to come play at a $5 table. Trust me, it's going to be great. You have to, on the King of the Mountain, make sure you're logged in. Make sure you hit the green login button first, and then you can get the button. That's the secret to that. And then, of course, Craps for the Cure, November 11th to 13th in Vegas at Casino Quest. We're raising money this year for veterans with PTSD, and we found a service or a charity that it basically raises dogs. So every dollar we spend at Crash for the Cure it literally will go into a veteran's house. So I'm very, very excited about that. So there it is. We're going to start getting, I'll start getting casino hosts involved here to get us deals on rooms and everything else. I'll let you know as that progresses. But I want to talk really today more of an introductory talk about the Craps League. And we've been talking about this quite a bit, actually, the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to get off of the Craps personality train that we've been on for about a month now, which I thought was a pretty good series. We did about 5 weeks of who are you as a player. I think we can take some of that knowledge and put it to work here, Craps League. So here's my general idea of Craps League, right? Oh, Dr. Lopez won. Hey, baby, there you go. Good to see you here live. Yeah, easy to work strats when you're at 5 and not 25, right? You can actually try stuff. That's why I love Bubble Craps so much, because you can dink around for $1 and try things out with actual dice instead of burning $25 a freaking bet. Anyway, Craps League, here's what I'm thinking. I want teams of 4. I'm picturing 4 rounds of play. And I think we said this before, I didn't put it on here, but I think I want to try and find a way to limit us to about 45 minutes to an hour for a full game. So it's really, whatever we decide here has got to be compressed to fit in that amount of time frame. One question I've got about this is the combined bankroll. So I thought about giving each team at the start of the year $10,000, right? And the whole season they got to play all the teams, right? You play each team once, whatever, right? With that $10,000, and it's got to last you all year. So if you burn your 10K in the first round, sorry, you're going to play the rest of the time with hundreds instead of thousands of dollars. Or you could say each game, like football, you start brand new $10,000, and you start every match with an even amount of money. There's pros and cons to that, right? It's going to be conservative versus aggressive, early, late. I think that's an interesting thing. Maybe the playoffs can do I don't know. Think about that in chat. Give me some ideas for that. Think about how you would handle the bankroll. New bankroll every game, or bankroll to start the year and see how the team does with their money all year long. That's an interesting thing. Also on that same level, that same question comes into the rounds. Let's say we have 4 rounds of play, and I'll talk about the rounds in a minute. Let's say we got round 1's 4-on-4, round 2 is 2-on-2, whatever, right? Do you give the team 10K to start the match, and they can play whatever they want to in each round, right? We're going to save, $9,000 for the last round. We're going to go in, right? Or is it round 1, 4 versus 4, $5,000 bankroll. Round 2, 2 versus 2, $1,000 each. Do we preset the values and let them play it out? Or does the team decide how much to bring to each round, how much they want to risk, like Jeopardy kind of thing, right? Like every round is a daily double. Think about that as a kind of a cool thing. Do we carry over funds from game to game? Is there a point scoring thing at the end? That's the thing. Is there a point score, or is it just money? Is it how much money you won, or are we going to give awards for, not awards, but award points for whatever, victories or whatever happens on it? I really want to find a way to test all the disciplines, right? I love the Royal Rumble that we did with Chiro and Chris last year, because we forced them to play right side, dark side, hybrid, whatever. They had to prove that they were good at all the disciplines to win that thing. I liked that part of it. I think we can do something here in the league too. Let's find a way to force teams to play with all the disciplines so we can really see what it looks like. To win the thing, you got to be a good team. You can't just get lucky one day. I don't want it to be, somebody had $1,000 on the hopping reds and won. That would be a terrible way for this thing to end, right? I want good, a good, well-rounded team, I think, right? So, but then again, in football, you got teams that can't play any defense that score a billion points and win. Some teams like the Bears or the Hawks are all defense, and that's how they won. So maybe forcing discipline or forcing all the disciplines to be available is not a thing. Selfishly, I think it might be. Anyway, that's the kind of the overview. Here's what I'm thinking for 4 rounds of play, and I need more ideas, right? And I want, again, in chat, throw me some ideas here, okay? I think 1 round ought to be 4 for 4, free for all. Just 4 guys against 4 guys, right? Play however you want to. That could be one of the rounds. I think 4 versus 4 has to be a round. Buckeye Slim brought up the idea of having a tag team round. You have 2 versus 2, and you can tag each other out, right? So, for example, if let's say that Jen's on my team, and I know that Jen loves to play the dark side, and well, so do I, but let's just pretend it's not me. Right. And the table starts doing this. I may tag Jen in, and Jen, come on in. You take it over from here. You play dark. I'm just going to sit back, and you can tag a partner in. Maybe you can tag in once during the round. Right. That would be kind of a cool, I think, interesting thing. Maybe there's a shooter round where we just shoot and there's no betting, and put your best shooter, my best shooter, and let's throw to the, who can outlast the 7 or get a higher shooting score. Maybe there's no betting in that round, right? I can see a 1 versus 1 round where I bet against your best shooter, or your any shooter, right? So 1 versus 1, let's say it's me versus Nemo as the betters, right? But on my team, I have Alfredo shooting, or maybe I have Greg from 555 Crap shooting on my team, right? And Nemo's got to bet against, I'm making him bet against Greg, and Nemo's going to make me bet against whoever on his side. I'm a dark side player. He's going to throw Alfredo at me. And now I got to decide, is Alfredo going to try and snipe me, or is he going to try and roll long? That could be an interesting little mind game, that round. I think that's a cool idea. I also thought about a short stack round where, like on the Friday Night Fights, you get 6 units, you get whatever. You're going to get, $150, and that's it. And who's your best short stack player? There might be, think of other things. I want some chat. Think of other things of maybe 6 or 7 more ideas, and we'll decide what the 4 rounds look like. It could be we have, all the rounds and we just kind of mix and match them. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, the Battle Royale is good, but it's good for 2 people, not good for a team, I think. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Think about it. Right? You guys got to think about what you would do. I definitely want you to email me that. Email me these, or put them into Discord. There's a whole channel called Craps League. Put your ideas in that channel in Discord. Let's suss out what we think 4 rounds of play could look like. What would be the 4 most interesting rounds for you to watch? Right? I definitely think 1 versus 1, me against your shooter, my shooter against you, would be super cool. I definitely think the 4 versus 4 has to happen. The other ones, I'm open. So, yeah, and here's some good thoughts from Ms. Fields, right? Carry the bank, we'll reset the roll at each round. Teams, you guys form your own teams, right? Get together out there in the world and form your own teams. I think we might even have a draft day or something. I don't know. We'll pick captains, do a draft. That'd be kind of fun. That actually, maybe we should do a draft. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's pick. Maybe what we'll do is do a super chat day or something like that, and like maybe like somebody wants to donate money to the Crash for the Cure, right? The top 4 bids or whatever can be the captains, and then we'll have a draft. That would be fun. We should totally do that. A little donation for the vets, right? And then we'll do a draft. That's it. I'm boom, just made a decision. That's what's going to happen. But Guy says 2 versus 2 tag match will be 2 players from each team. 2 players they can tag in, so all 4 players. And do you have to tag in, or is tagging in optional? But only 2 players at a time, right? So it's 2 versus 2. Tag them in, tag them out. That's cool. I like that. Interesting play. Okay, cool. And then I guess you have to think about, what does your team look like? When you're drafting your team captains, when the captains draft their teams, what are you looking for in a player? And I put 5 down here. There's probably more player types out there, but when you think about like what role are you going to have your players play? Do you want to be like skill sets? Do you want to be the greatest show on turf and have everybody be a shoot the moon guy? You want to have 4 guys that are just power pressers and just go for it every time? You want to be that team? Do you want to have 1 person who can shoot the moon and is good at it? 1 person who's, the come better, low house edge, like the Victor guy or the John guy. You want to have a Jeff or a Skill who's more of a hybrid guy. You want to have Jen or me, I guess, again, who's pure dark. You want to have a paycheck player. I thought about, like, if I'm captain of a team, I might have a person on my team whose sole job it is to make enough money so that if everybody else goes belly up, we don't lose. Like, that might be a thing. But there's other kind of like player types. So you think about, like, in football, you got the running quarterback, the pocket quarterback, you got the big slow guy, the short fast guy. You got all these different ways to play the same thing. Think about how you would construct a team. So I guess that's it. Think about, do you want to be a captain? Right? If you are a captain, how would you form your team? Everybody else is going to watch this thing. Let's go back a screen and think about what kind of gameplay is going to be interesting and fast. Now I'm going to use WinCraps to do the betting. We're going to use WinCraps network mode, so the betting will go fast. It won't be, one of us dealing out here trying to fumble around with 4 players for the chips. We'll do it in WinCraps so it's fast and it's clear. It'll be live dice rolls though. I'll roll the dice or whoever, enter the rolls into WinCraps. Little screen switch there so you can see that it's not being BS'd, but that's what I'm thinking. We will have brackets afterwards, Vic. So I think we're going to do is like a league play where we'll have however many teams we have. You play each team a couple of times. At the end of it, we seed you into a tournament bracket you down, Final Four style, and you'll end up with whatever the trophy's going to be. If it's going to be one of Victor's custom-made hats, it could be an actual thing. Who knows? Yeah, there's going to be, I think you're right. We need to find a way to like rank the teams, rank the players. I think, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm picturing a point system where it's not like just the money that you won, but it's like the percentage you won because your team might only give you $150 to play with, right? And you turn that into whatever. I think there's definitely, I like the idea of a rating system. I think that's cool. Sure, teams have to have alternates because you're going to have games or nights where you can't make it. So yeah, I think you have to have an alternate, a 5th player. That's kind of on the, maybe like you have a 4 players and a coach, and the coach doesn't play unless somebody's not playing. That could be a thing too. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. Oh my God, Bimbo. If Nemo's the captain, the team's called the Titanic. That is funny. That's pretty funny. So there's my ideas. There's my general thoughts around team play. And not team play for a casino, but team play for us. So again, on these rounds here, think about too, how long should they be? 1 shooter, 2 shooters, number of rolls. I think number of rolls takes too long. 36 rolls can take an hour and a half sometimes, right? Especially if it's going slow. If we did win craps with a timer, so 20 seconds between shots is all you get, you can get, 60, 70 rolls in pretty quick time. So think about if you want these things to be a number of rolls or a number of shooters. That's another thing for us to consider. So there's my team play thoughts. So I would love, and we'll have a random team assignment. No, you don't want dodgeball stop picking? Come on, Jen. We're all nobody has an ego. We can because again, I think you're gonna want to have, I think, people pick teams that are purely offensive. I think that's what makes the thing interesting to me. Right? Because one captain might pick a team where everybody's a power presser and just say, we're just going to be that kind of team. Right? If you want to have that personality on your team, that's cool. If you want to have a purely dark side team or you want to be a purely hybrid team, I think that's fine. If we do it random chucker, which I can do, I can make a random picker, you're going to have a weird mix that you may not fit for you. So think about that, because I think you might want to build a team in your image, right? You can imagine like a team where it's Vince and Nemo and Blacklight all on the same team and they're all just hopping freaking everything, right? That would be insane to watch that team play other teams. Like that'd be really interesting. Don't do that. I mean, because we can spread them around, but I think that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be cool. All right. What else you want to talk about today? The Dice Bullies. See, now we're going to get some good names coming up, right? I'll be the fact. No, you're not. No, you're not. You know why? Because you're skinny now. You're skinny now. You're busting your ass. You're losing weight. You're not going to be picked last, nor are you the fat kid. Join me mid-mo, by the way. What I'm doing, I was telling this last night. Who was I telling this to? In the after show on Craps Chat last night. I said I'm turning over a new leaf, as my wife would say. I work in my basement. Every time I walk upstairs now, on the way up the stairs, I do 10 push-ups. Like I do 10 push-ups or a plank to earn my keep to go upstairs, trying to take some weight off. Yeah, let's do it. The nihilists. That is funny. Okay, I'll tell you what. That's all I got to say about the team play. I want you to mull all that over. Think about rules, length of play, style of play, how you build a team, what the round. There's a lot to think about. Bankroll management, all of it. We have all week to talk about it. So I'm going to put these same slides up during the week. I'm going to take some time though out here every day and roll a little bit of something to see what it feels like to play simultaneously. So with that said, I'm going to go to the table. I'm going to go back to my table. Let's do the big view. Let's turn the light on, and let's do a little bit of play. Like not much. I don't have a lot of time, but let's play a little bit. There you go, Jen. 30 push-ups a day. Keep up with your core fitness. Absolutely. What I'm finding is that the planks are the thing that hurts the most. Push-ups I can do all day long. I'm pretty strong. So the push-ups aren't my problem. It's the core. The planks are what gets me. They're the killers. But my lower back is hurting so bad that getting that core strength up to make my back feel better is, I think, where I'm headed. All right, let's do it. Let's do a little bit of I want to roll the dice for just a few minutes here. I'll use one rack, but I'm going to use front side, back side for the two different players. And let's just give them each $500. I don't want to go crazy here. $500 on each player. This is the same team, right? And let's have one player do kind of a hybrid. So we'll do the player in the front side here. We'll take 100, we'll break it into greens and probably some reds for him. And let's have him do a little 6, 7, 8. Okay, a little don't pass. And we'll do the 6 and the 8. Very, very simple 6, 7, 8. I might even grab the 5 or the 9 with the extra $15. That'll be him. This guy here, we're going to break him also into 50 and 50, like so. And I'm going to have this guy do just come betting. Just come betting, a little 3-point Johnny style play. So a little bit of low house edge for one guy, a little bit of 6, 7, 8 here. How do those two players playing the same roles work as a team because you're going to hit the roll from different sides of it, right? Here, what I may do is spread this out. We'll see. We'll see what we can decide, right? Again, just a little example. Let me catch a come out here. And we got an ace deuce. That's freaking awesome. All right, so the hybrid player, booyah, starts out with a win. And if it's me playing the hybrid, right, I'll take that quarter and I'll see you a nickel. And we're going to go up a little bit. Not going to go crazy. We're going to up a little bit on these wins. And we're on the 6. Point's going to be a 6, right? I'm going to take that and make a $15 9 and a $15 5 out of it. And still keep $10 in the rack. We're going to spread sideways a little bit here to get a little bit of extra juice. The other guy here, just going to work the come. Just going to work the come and see what happens. There's an 8. 25, $35, right? Probably do this. Go to 12 here. And we'll go to 10 and 10, spread him out. And he's going to bring back to his rack, whatever. He's got 25, 35, 43 in his rack. Started out with the 36, right? Doing okay. Spread out a little bit. This come bet here will travel up to the 8. We're not going to grab the odds until we have all 3 come bets set. He's going to play super low house edge. There's a 4, but we will grab odds here in a minute. Goes to the 4. His teammate is going to make $18 up there. 15, 18. We'll do a little half press and bring it back. All right, now I think if Jeff is playing the hybrid with a point of 6, a couple of rolls in, he might bring that down. At some point, I don't know. Oh, our come bet here, but I forgot our come bet. That would go to the 10. The 10's going to pay again, $18. A little bit of money up there, make it look like $20. Bring the rest of it back to the rack, and our 2 players are set. Right? This guy here will take $25 in odds on that 8, and he'll do single odds on the 4 and the 10. He's got 75 in action, all low house edge stuff. Needs a repeater here to make his life better. Going to be tough. And that's how we're going to do it. We'll take a rack count when it's all done and see in this little one round here how it all worked out. There's a ace deuce. Nobody cares. There's a 5, a 3, 2, 5. 15 is going to pay 21. We're going to drop $10, half press it, make it look like a quarter. Look at the hybrid guy making money. Now, at some point here, this hybrid guy is like, well, I don't really need the don't pass anymore, right? At some point, he may even, I've seen Jeff, who plays the hybrid more than I do this, make it look like $10 to lock in profit. Because you think about it, there's his 400. There, if I make these reds a quarter, there's his starting bankroll, which means this is profit, that's profit, that's profit, right? So the hybrid guy used that as a weapon for a minute on that 6. He may even grab the 6 later on. Who knows? Let's get some repeaters. Hey, we got a 10, a 6, 4, 10 on the end. That's great. 20 is going to pay 40 for 1. And we're going to bump it up. Let's make it look like, let's put the reds on there. We'll make it look like $35. Bring in a quarter profit. You got to love that. The come better is going to get paid 10 flat and 20 on his odds and come down. Back into come for $15. He's going to bump that up a little bit. A little higher come bet this next time through. Maybe even I double that one. I don't know. I think, we'll just do 1. Give me an 8. Give me an 8. Now we got a 7. We got a 7. Come better gets paid $15 on the way down. Don't pass gets paid $10 on the way down. Everything else comes to the house. How do we do? Come better got killed. That'll happen sometimes. But there's a way to kind of make an interesting little cut of money from 2 different directions, right? The come better didn't get destroyed, right? He lost $10, right? $10. There's There's 2 greens. He has 90 bucks, right? After all that, right? He's down 10. The other guy's up a little tiny bit. Between the 2 players, if he gives him 10 bucks, we're at 25, 40, 45, $49, right? The hedge guy did all the work that time. Very well could have been the come better did all the work, right? Let's do one more round with those 2 players from this point starting. Okay, here we go again. Let's go ahead and do we'll do this here. We'll go back to a quarter on the don't. And we'll do the exact same starting point that I did last time. We'll do 30 on the 6 and 8 as a hopeful bet, not working the come out, of course, but they're out there. Yo, Levin, yo. So he's going to give it back. He's going to give it back. We're not going to ladder. We're just going to go ahead and replace. And there's a 10, a 6, 4, 10. Got to love that down here, right? That goes to the 10. Matter of fact, this guy loves this so much, he's probably going to lay 50 bucks. Most likely. We're going to go ahead and bridge her up, lay 50 bucks on that 10. Let our 6 and 8 stand. Come better. Back out in the world. Here we go. 6. Good. Classic case, right? Come bet travels while the other guy gets paid. That happens all the damn time, right? All right, we got a hit. We got a hit. Let's spread her out. Let's get the 5 and the 9. Do I have enough? I do. We'll keep those at 30. We'll leave those be at 10. And there we go. Come bet goes 6. Next come bet has got to come out. You say to your dealer, you drop a quarter, say 10 coming. They will throw you back $15 in change and replace your come bet for you. Midnight. Ooh, that's ugly for the come better. That is ugly. Ugly. 5. 5, 5, 5. Come bet goes to the 5. The 5 over there is going to get paid. We'll do 15 for 1. I'm going to pop the 5 and grab the 4, and now we're across. As this guy here, we're not bringing our don't down. We're going to leave our don't against the 10 up. We're going to be fine with that. I may grab a hard 10 here with a win at some point, but we'll see. Here we come. 10. Look at that. We picked the don't player got picked off. All right. Puck is off. That hurt. That hurt the hybrid guy. Boy, oh boy. But he still has his bets up, right? So the question for the hybrid player is, do you go back to the don't or let your bets that were sitting out there before just ride along? We'll let them ride along. I don't know if I would do this or not as this player. Hybrid guys, again, I don't play this way, so what would you do? I'm going to say no. It already got whacked. Let's let our place bets just sing along, right? New point, 5. It comes over here. That come bet will come down, be paid, and sit in the come. Again, I'm not taking my odds until I get the third one set. Just that's the way the Johnny works. 9 by 4, travels up. Now we can grab odds. Okay, single odds on the 10. The 6 is going to get full odds. The 9 is going to get double, 20 bucks with 5 change, and that's it. We're all set. Come better's got his bets out there. The place better hybrid guy got beat on the don't. He's got to work back. There's a 5. Puck is off. 5 pays 21. Half press it. Bring back 11 bucks. Bring back 11 bucks. Here's now, as a team, we'd have to decide what to do here. Me, I'm working my odds on the come out. I like to work my come out odds on the comebacks. We've seen this before. It works good. The team may say, no, you're not doing that. And I say, well, then why'd you fucking draft me? Here we go. Working the odds on the come out. If I roll a 7, so be it. 3, 2, 5. There we go. Let's pick these comebacks off and get them up. Oh, no, we got a 7 and we lose every freaking thing. What a bummer. God, craps is hard, isn't it? Craps is such a hard game. There we go. That team got destroyed. That team got destroyed. They both lost money in the end, right? Out of $1,000, round is over. We had 2 shooters, right? Maybe it's a 2 shooters round. Maybe that's how we're doing this thing, right? So out of 2 shooters, we have, let's see, there's a black chip there for the greens. That's 1 red chip there, and that becomes a quarter. Okay, so we started out $500 each. Round 1 is over, 2 shooters in. How did our guys do? We got, there's 500, 6, 7, 800, 25, 8, 29. So we ended up losing $171, right? Interesting though, right? Seeing 2 guys play this way. I think that's the kind of thing. Let me go back over here again. Let's turn the light off and come back to my face. That's the kind of thing that I think is going to make team play fun, right? Can 2 guys coming at the same table from slightly different angles, both playing right side, right? But slightly different angles. How does that affect the bankroll, right? Because the come better could have just had a bunch of repeaters like in the garage, right? I went 6, 6, 8, 8, 9, 9, back to back to back. That come better made a bunch of money in there, right? On that thing. And the next round of bets comes in at 15 base and a little bit higher odds. You start bumping those things up. And before you know it, that guy's making a lot of money. Where the place better may just be half pressing or single pressing or whatever. Maybe he was at 64 and it's not making the profit. I think it's interesting to watch how that rhythm could be versus, and what if the place better was just, pedal all the way to the floor and power pressing those things instead of half pressing like I was. I think it's going to be super interesting. So anyway, hopefully that was interesting for you to watch and ponder a little bit, I hope. Let me go check my chats here. Look for any PCs. I need my glasses to see. Sorry for the glare. Let's see. I think you're right, Nemo's got a couple of things here. 4K each game person. So each person gets the same bankroll instead of, I thought it'd be cool to have the team have a bankroll and say, okay, you get 1,000, you get 5, because your strategy might require a bunch of money for odds or what, I don't know. I was thinking about that. Let's see, what else? Healthy keto. I know. I gotta eat better. Don't tell my wife. I'm going to show you something. Over here, you guys can probably see this. I got a whole box of Entenmann's brownies over here because I love me some brownies. I know, I'm a terrible person. All right. I'll bet well, I love Crap Chat. Crap Chat is so fun. It's fun to just not have to think, just be yourself. I think Crap Chat's cool because our personalities come out. I mean, you get my personality here. I think you probably all know me better than most people do by watching my show every day, but that show really, you can let your personality shine. I have a good time with that show. What else? Any questions that came up? And I really want to encourage you. 6-8 DC, that's a good one for sure. Again, there's so many ways to play this thing. There's so many ways to play these teams. I just, like I said, I don't know what the best one is. I have no idea what the best is going to be. You know what I mean? And again, you think about the bankroll, Nemo. If the team has 10K and Waylon's on your team, you're probably giving him 6, right? Because Waylon's strategies require the heavy bankroll to get through some of the progressions that he does. So he might be, and then you think about that. If Waylon gets 6 out of the 10K, and the 3 of you only have 4K to split, what are you going to do with that with your 1250 or whatever you're going to get? You got to play differently now, right? I think that dynamic of having the different player types and who needs more money, that's going to come down to coaching and team management. That's why I'm so stoked about this. And I really think we can learn a lot from each other as we go through it. I think watching how teams manage themselves, and I think watching their strategies on the table, but also managing the group, I think it's going to be freaking cool. So I think this is going to be a game changer for us. So also, final thoughts, I want to let you know this too. I've been talking to somebody on the side. We'll meet him together and we'll make an announcement at some point soon. But he's a roulette guy. He's a great roulette player. He's like me. He's a math guy. He loves the percentages and knowing what's happening. And he's us. He's literally one of us. And he's going to do some roulette content live. We'll do some live Friday Night Fights style thing with roulette with him. We're going to do Craps Chat style thing, but roulette. We're going to do a little bit of coffee and craps kind of thing, but roulette. Some live stuff. Probably not every day like we do here. that'll take a while to build up to. But I think we've got somebody who's going to help us branch out into a different category. And I'm talking to somebody else who's a roulette dealer, an actual roulette dealer at a casino, who potentially could be the dealer for all the live fantasy roulette stuff that I want to do. So, yeah, I think we got some cool stuff on the way. I'm very, very excited about where that's headed. Once that gets kicked off and we have some sports with Chris, we got some craps with us, we got some roulette over here. This vision of ours, I think, is going to start taking shape. It's going to be really, really cool. Yeah. So there it is, guys. I'm out. I got to go get to my doctor and get that blood drawn. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you tomorrow for the next edition of Daily Paycheck. More DI Don't, and some more talk about team play, and some more of that. We'll do some more rolling of multi-strategy. So have a good Monday. Love y'all. God bless. Bye.